Cobra Kai has been on a tear since the first episode aired a little more than 3.5 years ago, and the show's producers have been pumping out seasons at an incredible rate, with Season 4 only just finishing at the back end of last year. Season 5 will be with us soon. Fans are over the moon. Today we're discussing everything we know about the 5th season, so stay with us. Let's have a quick look at what happened at the end of Season 4 then. The final episode, titled The Cobra Strikes Back, saw more than enough cliffhangers and twists to last us a lifetime, but we'll try and get through most of them. The war between the competing dojos meant that the All Valley Under-18 karate tournament would signal the end of one of the dojos. Whichever one lost would have to shut down forever. We see the aforementioned tournament upgraded to include both a male and female division, which allowed more feuds to grow and develop between the competing dojos. There were multiple matchups, and in the one between Tori and Samantha, we saw Silver bribe the referee in order to ensure victory for Cobra Kai. However, Miyagi-Do took the win in the boys' matchup after Hawk beat Robbie in what was viewed as an upset after Miguel had to retire from the tournament through injury. Cobra Kai eventually accumulated the most points, meaning the other two dojos had to close, but Daniel had other ideas. Season 4 of our favorite karate-themed show was a big hit and set up the 5th installment in a way that fans are going to be super excited for. Each dojo seemed to take a little from their opposing dojos, and there were even some awesome new characters. What did the guys make of Cobra Kai Season 4? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Next up, what do we know about the plot for Season 5? Stay tuned to find out. Obviously, we never can quite tell exactly what any season of any show will consist of, but we can always decipher clues. In the Season 4 finale, we saw Cobra Kai Dojo take the W against their much-fancied rivals, Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do. As we discussed a second ago, there was a bit of skullduggery involved, as it was revealed in the finale that Terry had paid off the seemingly immoral and incompetent referee. We're going to take a punt on the fact that this because public knowledge in the upcoming season as both dojos look for a way out of having to close down for good. We don't know for sure what will happen yet, but we are reasonably confident that this might be the basis for at least a subplot, if not a main plot line, when Season 5 eventually rolls around. What would you like to see covered in the next installment of the show? So what do we know about Season 5 filming? Well, it turns out quite a lot. Even before the 4th season had even aired, co-creator of the show, John Hurwitz, sent a tweet out to fans which explained that the cast had already finished filming for the 5th season. Talk about being ahead of the game. He even included a photo with his post of himself and Josh Heald, who's also a creator of the show, on a plane, with Hurwitz holding up 5 fingers to signify the 5th season. He captioned the photo with 5 Finn, hashtag Buy Atlanta, hashtag Cobra Kai. The showrunners have been churning out their production of Cobra Kai, and this quick turnaround could even mean we see the 5th season as early as this summer, which fans would absolutely love. The past 2 seasons have dropped almost exactly a year apart, but due to COVID, it would make sense Netflix rushes an already filmed season through to capitalize on lost profits due to the pandemic. When do you think the next season will drop? And how about the cast for the upcoming season? It's been confirmed by the producers recently that most of the core cast have signaled on for the 5th season of the successful Karate Kid spinoff. Original Karate Kid himself, Ralph Macchio, will be reprising his role as Daniel LaRusso, obviously, and Johnny will be back, played by William Zabka, of course. Samantha, Eli, and Miguel are all expected to return too. Terry will also be back, played by Thomas Ian Griffith, as we think he will have a pretty big part to play in the 5th season due to his antics in the Season 4 finale. Terry set John Kreese up in the last season, so we'll have to see if any of this comes back to bite him on the backside. We could probably assume that his students, Tori and Robbie, will probably join him in returning to the show. At the end of Season 4, we also saw Daniel bring in Chosen, his mortal enemy from the 2nd movie, which has fans asking if Terry might bring in his old partner to get the better of his rivals. News of a disgusting deleted scene from the last season now. Ralph Macchio recently revealed that he found one particular scene which didn't even make the season particularly difficult to stomach, literally. Part of his training included being blindfolded and downing one of Johnny's famously terrible smoothies. He said, "It was like if Johnny Lawrence grabbed everything in his fridge, whether it was expired or not, maybe threw in some protein that he heard about and put it in the blender that was probably still rusty and mildewed." Sounds lovely. lovely. Mashio revealed that all the while he was actually thinking about the famous Rocky moment where he has to down some pretty grim raw eggs. And the creators also said that's the sort of angle they were going for. Harold said it was supposed to mimic vodka and eggs, which we imagine is as terrible as it sounds. He went on to say Ralph had to drink it and it took like an interminable amount of time for him to choke down whatever the heck the prop master made. It was like baby food in real life. What made it even worse for the show's lead actor is that the scene didn't even make it onto the show, which we think means the crew were probably pulling a little prank on Ralph maybe. What do you guys think? Let us know below. A cheeky music-related moment up next, stay tuned. As anyone who has watched an episode of the hit 80s Homage, the show frequently uses 80s tunes in its score. After all, the original Karate Kid is an 80s classic. One scene in particular makes reference to Metallica music, and not in a good way. Gary Holt, guitarist of 80s band Exodus, was particularly amused when he heard the off and cuff remark in the episode Party Time, and took it upon himself to make a stand for 80s metalheads the world over. The character of Stingray, played by Paul Walter Halser, a middle-aged karate student, is enjoying a lovely little morning in his garden, but is accosted by his neighbor, who informs him he couldn't get to sleep all night because he was blasting his Metallica music. Although he didn't quite say it was politely as we obviously put it, Stingray responds by saying, yeah, that was actually Exodus, bonded by blood, but it's not your fault, you don't know the genre. This prompted the band's guitarist Holt to chime in on Instagram and give props to the show for dropping an Exodus reference. He posted a clip of the scene along with the caption, Cobra Kai with the Exodus reference. He was clearly happy about Stingray schooling his musically ignorant neighbor in the scene. Must have been delighted when he referred to the neighbor as a effing loser. Dear me. Language, please. And finally, another spinoff might be in the works. Stay with us to find out more. Show creator John Hurwitz has recently hinted at yet another spinoff, the Karate Kid Cobra Kai universe. The guys who created the spinoff to the original Karate Kid movie were recently involved in a Q&A on Twitter and answered some questions about the possibility of another spinoff. He revealed that the team were batting around ideas for various Karate Kid Cobra Kai spinoffs, which we're sure fans of the show will love, but what angle will they head off in? Hurwitz also said that there were lots and lots of plans both inside and outside of the Miyagi-verse. As we know, there are a ton of characters in the latest show and even the original movies for the showrunners to develop another spin-off around, and we wouldn't really begrudge any characters their spot in the limelight. If they don't want to focus on characters from the earlier movies, there are also plenty of characters from Cobra Kai who could choose to focus on. Which character do you guys think would carry a spin-off show best? Let us know what you guys think below. As always, thanks for tuning in today, and remember to stop by next time for some more Cobra Kai revelations. Why not do us a solid? Share our video with any Karate Kid or Cobra Kai fan friends you might have. Bye guys.